A pleasant greeting, friends. Hope you all are doing well. I'm Farid Firdaus, final year BCA from Maharani Science College for Women, Mysore. I'm here to elaborate the topic security using isolation technology. In this, we learn introduction, methodology, isolation mechanism, isolation policy, conclusion, and references. Introduction. Before introduction, we will know about security. Security refers to all the measures that are taken to protect from danger or risk. Security isolation is a foundational concept of multitasking computing system that dates back to at least Multics. Multics stands for Multiplexed Information and Computing Service. Multics is an influential early time-sharing operating system based on the concept of a single-level memory. Multics has influenced all modern operating systems since from microcomputers to mainframes. Security isolation means that even if the security of a partition is compromised, the adversary cannot breach the security of other partitions. There are many different techniques and abstractions for achieving security isolation. Different techniques have different benefits and drawbacks. The goal of this survey is to define a structure for classifying existing techniques to better understand how to build future systems. A secondary goal is to understand where future research can enhance existing isolation techniques. Next, methodology. Methodology describes the criteria to evaluate trade-offs among different design choices for implementing security isolation. There are 3 steps in methodology. First, paper selection. A wide variety of security isolation techniques to cover various categories of approaches and identified the proceedings of the top when used for academic research in system security. Example, the USENIC Security Symposium, the IEEE Security and Privacy Symposium, the ACM Conference on Computer and Communication Security. Second, hierarchical classification of structure. A hierarchical classification structure to describe different facets of security isolation technique. The top level consists of 2 aspects which represent the 2 orthogonal design issues, mechanism and policy. The middle level consists of different design dimensions for each aspect. The bottom level comprises different categories representing the potential design choices for each dimension. To classify a particular security isolation, this is the diagram of hierarchical classification of structure. Security isolation has both aspects, that is mechanism and policy. The mechanism aspect describes how the security isolation goals are achieved. We break the mechanism into 2 dimensions, that is enforcement location and isolation granularity. The enforcement location defines where the mediation occurs, that is the location of the conditional logic that allows or denies access to resources. In enforcement location, we have categorized into 4 categories, that is physical host, hardware component, supervisor, and intra-application. Isolation granularity. Isolation granularity describes the scope of the subject being isolated. Isolation granularity has also categorized into 4 types, that is guest operating system, application group, application sub-application. The policy aspect describes a set of rules that when enforced achieve the isolation goals. We break the policy aspect down into 3 dimensions, that is policy generation, policy configurability and policy lifetime. Policy generation has categorized into 2 types, that is automatic and manual, and policy configurability has also categorized into 2 types, that is reconfigurable and non-reconfigurable. And policy lifetime was also categorized into 2 categories, that is always on and on demand. Third is evaluation criteria. Classification hierarchy defines the design space for security isolation techniques for each dimension. The system designer must decide among different categories. Therefore, dimension concludes with an evaluation of the both trade-offs between the categories. The three areas of evaluation are performance overhead, code requirement, and security assurance. The first two criteria capture the practically of incorporating the security isolation technique into a production system, whereas the third criterion describes the security guarantees that can be achieved. This is the diagram of evaluation criteria. The evaluation criteria has categorized into three categories, that is performance overhead, code requirement, and security assurance. Performance overhead. The performance overhead describes the additional application execution time incurred due to the isolation mechanism. The performance overhead are again categorized into four categories, that is negligible, practical, borderline, and high. Second evaluation criterion considers the code requirement for incorporating the security isolation techniques into a production system. The code requirement has also categorized into four categories, that is source code, binary with symbols, binary without symbols, no code requirement. Third is security assurance. In contrast to the other evaluation criterion, it would be inadequate to evaluate security using a set of merits. Instead, security is modeled using the properties of the reference monitor that enforces security isolation. Security assurance is also categorized into three categories, that is complete mediation, tamper-proof, verifiable. Isolation mechanism. This section discusses various security isolation mechanisms. Different techniques enforce security isolation are different techniques. Hence, the isolation mechanism described into two dimensions, that is enforcement location and isolation granularity. First, enforcement location. Security isolation is applied and enforced at different locations within the systems. The enforcement location plays a critical role in determining and upholding guarantees. Second, isolation granularity. The isolation granularity determines the location of the protection domain and the objects isolated by the mechanism. Isolation policy. A security policy describes the actions or executions that may not be permitted. For instance, a security policy used for access control may define the ability of the subject, that is, the security principle, to access objects in the system. A policy used for security isolation defines the separation between the isolated subjects and the objects in the system. This section discusses various policy examples along the three dimensions of policy generation, policy configurability, and policy lifetime. First, policy generation. There are two approaches for policy generation, that is automatic and manual. While automatic methods may use static or dynamic analysis to determine the constraints to place on the subject of isolation, manual methods require human involvement. Second, policy configurability. Policy configurability captures the ability for the isolation policy to change after the system is deployed. The ability of the policy to change may allow isolation to dynamically adapt to evolving attack scenarios. We divide the policy into two categories based on their configurability: reconfigurable and non-reconfigurable. An isolation policy is reconfigurable if it can be changed after the system is deployed. Policies that are defined via a configuration files are inherently reconfigurable. Some of isolation policies are non-reconfigurable, that is, they are static and immutable. Non-reconfigurable policies occur when the isolation policy is inherent to the enforcement. Next, policy lifetime. The lifetime of the isolation policy represents the time that the security isolation policy is being enforced. Conclusion. Technology offers us many positives and can help us become more social, but it is my opinion that social isolation outweighs all the ways in technology can make us become more social. We need to maintain technology in our lives because without it many things today would become impossible because of how present technology is. But we need to limit our exposure to this technology. Limiting our exposure would give us all the benefits that technology has while still allowing us to interact in a positive way socially. We need to limit our use of technology so we do not isolate ourselves or cause future generations to isolate themselves due to the growing use of technology. The references are J.B. Anderson, 1972, Computer Security Technology Planning Study, ESTDR, Air Force Electronic System Divisions. Second, Apple Inc. 2015 System Integrity Protection Guide, retrieved from https://developer.apple.com library Max Security. Third, William Eng, Machiger, Ontang and Patrick McDaniel, 2019, Understanding Android Security, the IEEE Security Priv. .1. Thank you. Have a nice day.